guys, welcome to a no edit red. Oh my gosh, I've never done a no edit red. Like normally I'd put my intro, my outro, and have breaks, but this time it's all one video and y'all gonna see my reaction, bloopers, everything, interruptions. Y'all gonna see everything. This might be like a 2-hour long video. So I hope you guys are prepared because like y'all, this is a lot. So we're gonna read episode 20, chapter 20. We made it to 20, y'all. We got like 2, 4, 6, 8. We got like 40 more chapters to go. Well, 4, 5, 6. No, we got like 60 more chapters. Yeah, 60 more chapters to go. We are almost to that point, and y'all, it is ice breaking. So let's get to readings. Chapter 20, improvise. This is Michael, so we know that Michael's coming in the story. This is a cute picture of him, by the way. Like, I don't know about y'all, but that's a cute picture of Michael. Okay, Michael, purr. Oh, y'all, I'm not even screen recording. I should be screen recording. I should be screen recording, and I'm not screen recording. You see, I'll normally cut this out, but like, yeah, there we go. Now I'm screen recording. Yeah, chapter 20, improvise, that's the picture. There we go. Yeah. Should I wear the red one or the brown one? Auntie Dorothy was holding up 2 blouses that were so flowery, patterned, and traditional that they made my heart, that they made my head hurt. And her look at least 10 years older than she was. I just shook my head. Brown looks good against my skin, but no. Wait, isn't she black? Isn't she black? Oh yeah, I forgot Miss Homegirl's black. Okay, she's black. She's black, y'all. So Aunt Dorothy probably like Grandma Dorothy. Okay, almost that. Okay. Brown looks good against my skin color. I mean, against my skin, but no. I feel like wearing red, or maybe I have a black blazer. Yes, I erupted. Anything but the granny outfits she was considering. Then I groaned when I saw how unflattering it was to her body shape, but it was definitely better than the other alternatives. Dang, you bullying Auntie Dorothy. We're so going shopping next week, I huffed. But seriously, go for the black blazer and something white. Hold on. Borrow a tank top of mine to wear underneath. I can't wear your clothes, Mia. It won't fit, she exclaimed in disbelief. Yes, you can. It's stretchy and comfortable, and you better wear it because you can't go to dinner looking like you're stuck in the 60s. I'm not, she scoffed. But I didn't care if she got offended. She needed to see how beautiful she looked if she only picked clothes that were right for her figure. And I was right. Wow, is that really me? See what one little piece of clothing can do. You look 20 years younger, and with a cool pair of jeans, you'll be smoking hot. Period on Dorothy, y'all. But I'm close to 50 years old, sweetie. I'm not supposed to look what you said. Yes, you are. There's nothing that stops a girl from looking good, no matter how old she is. Period. My mom is a great example. I can't edit it. Darn it. I was gonna say let's put an example of my mom right here, but like I can't edit. It's a one take. Like, darn it. Let me show y'all a picture. I'm just kidding. Oh man, this is hard. I can't edit. Darn it. Whatever. Let's keep recording then. Where did I stop at? Yes you are, whatever, doesn't matter how old she is. She was blushing, and I was wondering why. Well, okay, black pants would do for tonight, though. Are you ready to go? Yep, I said, and took a quick glance in the mirror to check my makeup. I didn't look half bad. Then I stopped when I found Auntie Dorothy observing me thoughtfully. Is there something wrong? I asked, and immediately started checking my braids and my clothes. Oh, she had braids on. Purr, like me? I'm just kidding. My braids and my clothes. No, not at all. I just find it interesting that you are calmer than me right now. Oh. Now it was my turn to blush. She didn't know that I already knew Benjamin quite well. There will only be 5 people, including us, right? So no crowds. Also, the house is just down the street, so we can run for safety if we get attacked. And since you obviously trust Patrick, I assume we won't be murdered tonight. She laughed at the last thing I said, since I formed it as a question. No murders tonight, Mia. Just the 5 of us and whatever delicious meal Patrick's made. I grew up not eating other people's foods, but like now I'm allowed to do that now because I had a sensitive tummy. Anywho, I'm distracting myself. Let's keep reading. Or Benjamin, I thought to myself and smiled. Then the doorbell rang, and Auntie Dorothy hurried down the hall with me, strolling casually behind her. It was a young girl. She was smiling from ear to ear when she handed my aunt something big, a bouquet of long-stemmed purple roses. What is this? What is this shamble? Michael? Are you coming back? Stay where you are. Mia? Hello? I choked out. I didn't even realize that I was frozen at the spot until she stood in front of me minutes later trying to catch my gaze, but it was glued to the flowers in her hand. Can you help me search for the card? I didn't need any card to know who they were from, and after a half-hearted attempt, we found that there weren't any. Oh my God, do you think it's from Patrick? It's not from Patrick, she gasped. Gosh, no, that can't be. It's just a dinner to get you kids to know each other. I never expected it to be a date. Secret admirer? I blurted out and immediately went over to the window to see outside. The girl was gone, and there were no cars in the driveway other than my aunt's old Toyota Corolla. Do you really think so? I mean, there's this new guy at the office, but he's way younger than me, in his late 30s, I think. Sounds like a hot candidate, I mumbled, and squinted through another window, only to find absolutely nothing out in the ordinary. Oh, I wouldn't exactly call him hot, my auntie said, and tried not to giggle. Charming is probably a better word, although I'm sure some women might find him, handsome. She tried to place the flowers in the biggest vase she had, but it wasn't wide enough. Oh, that was a lot of flowers. So she ended up putting the bouquet in a bucket of water instead. We have to fix this when we get home later. We're gonna be late if we don't hurry. I just nodded. 5 minutes ago, I was pretty calm about it, but now, not so much. Michael, what are you doing? Stop. If y'all remember, Michael knew that Mia likes long-stemmed flowers, especially roses. So the fact that they were purple roses that were long-stemmed, isn't that a sign? I don't know about you, but isn't that a sign? Okay, let's just keep reading. Are you sure it's not Patrick? I can just ask. Don't. I interrupted a bit harsher than I meant. Like you said, this isn't a date, so he has no reason to buy you flowers. Besides, there's no card on it, so it would have probably sent to the wrong address. If only I could believe that myself. You're right. I'm just being silly and said inside. I said inside. Then she walked back to the door and I put on a coat. The temperature was fine right now, but it would probably get colder before we got home. So I did the same. Then she smiled as I passed her on the way out and locked the door behind me. I didn't return it. It felt like I couldn't smile anymore at all. My eyes kept flickering around in paranoia, searching for something that told me he was here. It was already mid-November, and I knew Michael was done touring Europe a long time ago. He was leaving for Asia at the beginning of December, but as for now, he was back at America's soil, or more specifically Los Angeles, a few hours from here. Hence why I said it was from Michael! I'm telling you, Miss Groyer in Malibu. He lived in Los Ovos. Well, at the time, when he was on the bad tour, he was getting Neverland built, right? I assume. So he was at Los Ovivos. Los Ovivos is only a couple hours away from Malibu. Well, Los Angeles is a couple miles from... Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, bro, I think I might be right, y'all. She might be in a love triangle. Let's just see what happens. Okay, aren't you excited? Aunt Dorothy grinned at me right before she rang the doorbell. The following sound felt like an earth-shattering gong that ripped through my ear channels and crushed down my spine, and it made me shudder. And I think she noticed because she frowned and was about to ask me something right when the door opened, and a tall, curly-haired man welcomed us inside. Dorothy, how glad am I to see you. How are you? Patrick. Normally, I felt the urge to roll my eyes. Situations like this were always awkward as hell, and the smile too, enthusiastic to be real, and I didn't like it one bit. And this must be your niece. They exchanged a well-known look right before he shook my hand. How nice to meet you, Mia. My son has told me a lot about... Dad, shut up. I heard someone hiss behind him. Then Benjamin peeked around his shoulder, red as a tomato. Hi, he said, clearly embarrassed, and waved his hand in a low salute. Then he pushed his dad aside so we can come further in. Patrick helped Aunt Dorothy with her coat, and I already hung mine up on the rack on the wall. I was stunned to see how clean and tidy everything was, especially since the only woman in the house was a teenager who surely had other things to do than clean. True, my room is a mess, but y'all can't see. But yeah, where'd I stop? I knew Benjamin most likely was great. I knew Benjamin was most likely a great cook, and not only because of his amazing sandwiches, it was the way he talked about food in general. There was no doubt he was passionate about it, but was he a neat freak, or was it his dad? Probably it was him, I don't know. I watched Patrick place Aunt Dorothy's coat on an old Rocco chair in the corner. It looked like it was placed there for that very purpose, to throw your jacket there, or place your mittens or hats. Y'all, I can't read. It was clearly worn, but had a genuine character that made me want to know about its history. Then I saw a pale arm stick out from behind Benjamin, grabbed the coat, and discreetly hung it on the rack next to mine. Seconds later, that very same arm came to find mine and gave me a soft handshake. Hi, I'm Angeline. Hi, I'm Angeline. Hi, I'm Angeline. The girl in front of me was a little shorter than me, and had the same crook teeth as her brother, but compared to his unruly locks, her hair was combed back into a slick high ponytail, and was a couple of shades darker than Benji's sun-bleached blonde. She was beautiful with her green eyes and curious, shy smile. And she was definitely the neat freak. Oh, 'cause she looked neat. Hand sanitizer? She was a geek. She was a geek. Hand sanitizer? She asked and held out a bottle, and she didn't take no for an answer. I just washed my hands, Angie. I don't need... Benjamin groaned silently when she elbowed him. He had no choice, just like the rest of us. Okay, he whispered, yelled, and gave me a strange smile while he hurried to rub his hands dry with alcohol. So, welcome, mi casa e su casa, and all that stuff. Benjamin shooed his sister off and gave me room to enter the living room. For a moment I thought I felt his hand on my lower back, but when my head snapped back to glare at him, he had already tucked them into his pocket of his jeans. Oh, stop doing that, Mia! Stop doing that, Mia. He's trying. He's trying here. He cleared his voice and nodded casually, although I could sense although I could sense a slight nervousness in him. I hope you're prepared to taste my mean carbonara. We get to try it. me getting excited for food. I love food. Oh yes, I'm talking about food all day. Taste my mean carbonara, he grinned mischievously. Then he frowned when I started to giggle. I knew it, I exclaimed. Knew what? That you'd be the chef tonight. Oh, he chuckled coyly and lowered his gaze to random furniture behind me. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Mostly because my sister only cooks scrambled eggs and mashed potatoes, which is pretty boring after a week or so. And my dad tried to burn down the kitchen a couple times, so he's banned from doing anything else but getting milk and cookies. Oh my. Okay, why do people say cookies and milk? It's milk and cookies. Milk and cookies. Milk and cookies, y'all. Milk and cookies. Oh my gosh, I giggled and cast a glance at him, talking eagerly to Aunt Dorothy. I was starting to understand why she'd been so stressed out about what to wear. She was literally giggling like a schoolgirl. Oh, they like each other? That's so cute. Are they both single? I think they're both single. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, Aunt Dorothy and Patrick. Ooh. Okay, Mr. Patrick. Okay, Aunt Dorothy. Yes, we love that. Ignore them, Benjamin mumbled and rolled. Oh my gosh, I spit it on my screen. And rolled his eyes. Dad's been trying to get her attention ever since her husband died, but she only recently showed any interest. Oh, so she's acting like Mia. She's just like, should I not? Like, I shouldn't do that. That is too cute. Okay. And then this one tick is hard. I would have cut all this out because I'm not saying anything. But yeah. She still misses Uncle Tony, I said and nodded silently. I could understand that. Yo, I thought I heard it. Oh my gosh. Literally paranoia of bugs. Paranoia. Oh. I said and nodded silently. I could understand that. Ooh, it's literally 10. Wait, I paused. You can't just turn your feelings on or off. Yeah, but hasn't it been 3 years now? 4, actually. Time to move on then, he said, but I didn't respond. I just sighed. Want to help me bring the food out? Sure, I said and followed him, and I was met by the most heavenly smell that made my mouth water. That the bread is over there, Benjamin pointed at the kitchen counter, and surely there was a basket of homemade garlic bread that was still warm from the oven. But just as I was about to get it, I almost crashed into his broad chest, and he was reaching out for the pasta. And when I stepped to the side, he did the same, which caused both of us to giggle. Cliche. Is that cliche? Yeah, cliche much, huh? He murmured and gave me one of his characteristic half smiles. His eyes looked different up close. They weren't only blue, but they had specks of green. Ooh, and gray in them too. Ooh. And I caught myself staring into them just a moment too long. I bit my lip and looked away. Left, both to the left, and grabbed what we needed. And I followed him into the dining area. That was a room right next to the kitchen. A bowl of salad was already set in the middle of the table, and Angelina was preparing to serve drinks. And not long after, we were all seated and ready to dig in. So how do you like Sacramento so far, Mia? Oh, they're in Sacramento, California. I thought she was in Malibu. You see the Barbie in me. Literally the Barbie in me. Malibu, California. Anywho. Patrick looked at me expectantly, and I cringed when I felt all eyes on me. It's okay, I guess. I haven't seen much of it yet. Busy with school and all that. He nodded and swallowed his food, probably before he had chewed it properly. Ugh. Maybe Benny can show you around then. Bad idea. Right, Benjamin? You can take a stroll through the old Sacramento and look at the river. Oh, and the zoo. You definitely need to go to the zoo. They have these giant grizzly bears and Dad. I don't think. And the McKinley Rose Garden. He continued and wiggled his eyebrows, completely ignoring his son's protest. Benjamin, on the other hand, noticed my rising tension and tried his best to change the topic, and my Aunt Dorothy gave me a sympathetic look. Dad, or you can just take her to the Delta King, Ben, and finish off with I can't read. And finish off with dinner at Dad, stop. My hands were shaking and my heart was speeding so hard it almost hurt my chest. Leave her alone and take Dorothy there instead. That shut him up. And not only that, his eyes widened like saucers and his face lit up like a neon sign as he began to stutter. Maybe, yeah, sure. I mean, if she wants, you know, if you want. Eventually, he turned to Aunt Dorothy, but who tried her best not to laugh. But when the first grunt escaped through her nose, she was done for. And what started as a quiet giggle quickly escalated into a full-blown fit of snorting laughter that made me so embarrassed that I started giggling too. And Angelina and Benjamin soon followed, and after a couple minutes, Patrick did as well. So they're all laughing at the interrogation, bruh. I can't. I love to, Aunt Dorothy said. Oh, yay! I love to, Aunt Dorothy said, after we managed to calm down, and since the focus was on her, I let my hand find Benjamin's and gave it a brief squeeze to say thank you. Aww. He immediately knew what my eyes tried to tell him, and with a reassuring smile, he made me feel calm and comforted, just like Gabby used to do. Oh, Gabby. Only it was so far from it that it was incomparable. She used humor and sarcasm to puzzle me back together. But Benjamin he was Benjamin, and I liked his way of comforting better. Period. Because he had actual emotions, unlike Miss Gabriella. Anywho, let me keep reading. I was lost in my thoughts for a short minute before Benjamin leaned close to say something. I bet they planned this on purpose, but why does it feel like an awkward double date? I sucked my lips in between my teeth and choked laughter. Then Angeline leaned in with an exasperated expression. And why does it feel double awkward to be the fifth wheel to that awkward double date? I started giggling again and was grateful that Aunt Dorothy and Patrick were too consumed with each other to notice. This dinner had been beyond crazy, but at least it took my mind off what concerned me when we got here. And when we were done having dessert, it felt natural to help clean up after us. But Benjamin stopped me. Let my sister do it. It'll save her from freaking out, he whispered. And I could tell from the way he looked at me there was a good reason. It's her OCD. Oh, it's my OCD. If y'all know that song. I used to love that show. I used to love them. Shout outs to Good Mythical More. Rhett and Link, y'all songs saved my childhood. Even though those were not like childhood songs. I watched all their songs on the rap battles and all that stuff, and I loved it. I freaking loved it. Y'all were amazing. I still watch them to this day. Anywho, enough with the free shout outs, because y'all, I'm not getting paid for it, so yeah. Anywho, he looked sad when he guided me towards the living room. It made me sit down next to him on the couch. Remember I told you that our mom is out of the picture? I nodded. I already knew, but it felt good that he trusted me enough to tell his side of the story briefly, but still. She took it hard when our mom left. We all did. Everything was a mess. The house, our lives, our family, which didn't exist anymore. Not in the way we knew, at least. He paused for a moment and stared into the air right in front of him before he looked directly at me. The house was a complete chaos, and for some reason, she got the idea that Mom would come back if the house was clean enough. Yo, I keep hearing a bug. I don't know where it is, but hopefully I don't hear it again, because I hate the sound of bugs. Okay, anywho. If the house was clean enough, he skived. She was 5 and cleaned the whole house from top to bottom. Pretty effed up, right? Christ, I mumbled and cast a glance at the young woman who stacked plates and glasses in front in a certain way before she carried them out. Then she picked it all up. Then she picked up all the knives and held them out in front of her body horizontally. But instead of bringing the forks as well, she focused on the knives and looked like she was counting something. Soon after, she did the same thing with the forks. Wow, she's really that. Wow, she has a serious case of OCD. She realized that mom won't come back, but her obsessive behavior seemed to be stuck. She's in therapy and really tries her best, and she's functioning pretty well now. That's good. Therapy is. I wanted to say good, but was it? I wasn't really sure. Honestly, therapy could be good, could be bad, but like it's not bad to talk to somebody, even if they don't know who you are, you know. I would recommend therapy for people that really need it, but like I don't take therapy, so I wouldn't really know your experience. But me personally, from what I've learned in school, I heard therapy is helpful for some people. So yeah, if you need it, go for it. You know, yeah. Yeah, it is. He stated and nodded, and for some reason I smiled. Then he looked like he suddenly remembered something. Hey, I'm hanging out with a few of my friends next Thursday, and I was wondering if you would like to come along. You met them. Y'all, I'm hearing stuff. You met them. Where I start, we met them all at school, and I tell you everything about them beforehand, and I talk to them, and tell them to, you know, back off a bit. I gulped and looked at him with an expression I knew he'd understand. It's okay, you don't have to. I was just thinking that it would be good if you got more acquaintances. You know, for your anxiety. Not that we have talked about it or anything. So I don't really know, but from how I know you and stuff, and they're really nice people. They'll understand, or we can just not tell them anything because they'll be so cool about everything. They'll be so cool about anything anyway. So, Benjamin, you're ranting again. I smiled, but had to admit that the idea was frightening. But he was right. Exposure therapy. Tracy would be proud of me. I'll come. Really? He exclaimed in disbelief. That's great. We can keep a little distance if you want. Just put our chairs a bit further away, or you can tell Rodney that we want the blue couch that's next to the window. It's got 2 seats, so well, I don't know if you want to, but if you do, we can sit. Benjamin, I already said I'll go with you, and then I guess we'll just improvise. I shrugged and smiled at him while he studied me intensely. Improvise? I like that. Good. Me too. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the chapter. Okay, I thought Michael was going to be in it. I mean, he was. There's a small part in it. I did a prediction. So I was right, y'all. I think there was going to be a love triangle. Most definitely. I knew I was going to record 30 minutes. I knew it. So, anywho, yeah. I'm not going to make this video too long, but make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. You already know we got to get it. We got to get it. Period. And I love y'all so much. And if y'all want me to read more stories, let me know so I can read it for y'all, because we got to know more tea. We got to know more of the drama. So, yeah. I love y'all. Have a great day in the name of the Lord. And purr. Big purr. I love you guys so much. Honestly. And I never did like a one take. Like, this is not going to be edited. I'm just going to post it like this. Bam. I hope y'all enjoy it. I love y'all.